Another link to an area of study is musical forms and devices. This is probably the easiest one to link your essay or your piece to, because every song has musical form and device pretty much. The piece is in strophic form. It repeats itself over and over and over. It's basically A. However, there are refrains which come in at the end of the melody. Make sure you listen out for that as you listen. The middle of the piece is dominated by a solo section for the instruments to improvise over. Now, this links nicely into the next part of the piece ends with the original melody again. So this ends our essay quite nicely. So we're going to talk finally about the closing. We're going to talk about the how is it to perform. So as a drummer, I found the piece challenging. I'm not supposed to actually talk about how difficult it is. It's supposed to be difficult. Well, what do we talk about here? So you don't evaluate your own performance. What you have to do here is you have to what the challenges are in performance. Okay, so that's the difference between you. It's not a personal reflection of your performance, because that's what you do in an actual concert. You get a program note that talks about the piece and the challenges maybe of playing it, but you wouldn't talk about it personally. So the challenges of the piece are creating a very tight groove and making sure the drum kit is perfectly in sync with the bass and other instruments. The music is both subtle, meaning it has simple elements, but the way that these elements are drawn together is quite complicated. So the music is both subtle, has some simplistic elements, such as the bass line, but it's clear that bringing all the instruments together as an ensemble is very difficult to achieve to such a tight and accurate level. There is a strange kind of looseness or relaxedness which needs to come through in the music. If the musicians are tense, the music won't flow. However, there needs to be an acute, strong sense of awareness of what other musicians are doing at all times. Bringing all these elements together creates an exotic piece, and we'll finish it there. So I want you to come up with something like this. This has taken me 15 to 20 minutes. I think you could do it in an hour if you really are focused. And this is a bit of a rough draft, but it will